Hey! It is another person joining us, I think. No? Come on. No. There we go. All right. All right, folks. Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, live from the balcony of Bergamo and the wee little state of Washington. And apparently that's all for the moment. We are bringing you my open mic. Once a week, we've been getting together with a couple friends and trying to mimic the kind of atmosphere and sound quality that you might find at your local local cafe. Um, yes, if the acoustics are bad, because we're using Zoom. It's not 4K and it's not HD and it's not SD. It's YD, as in why the hell are you using Zoom for audio? Which seems to be a bad a bad idea. But we got a couple people here, and we're going to play a couple songs, and we may have some more people join us as the evening goes on. And I'd like you to say hello to Dan from Washington. Say hi, Dan.
Hi, Dan.
I'm actually in Oregon, but I'm not
Oh, you're in
offended
Oregon
when you're
now.
saying we're from Washington.
Oh, okay. No, I thought you were in. I thought you were in Walla Walla area, but you're down in Oregon.
We're
Hence
south
the.
of Walla Walla. Yeah, we're about an hour
All
away.
right. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, and we've got Chris from the Nowheresville that is Idaho.
It's where you want to be during a pandemic, man.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, yeah, you've got social distancing down pat, haven't you?
Yep, with the guard.
Of course, he is in Boise, so it's a hopping town kind of. So there you go.
Yeah, so I'm like right
All
down the
right,
road
and
from you, Chris.
You're what?
I'm right down the road from you, Chris. I'm on
Where?
I-84.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right down a very long road.
Yes,
What town did you say you were in?
all right.
Pendleton, Oregon.
Pendleton. Yeah, right. Okay. The blanket, I remember.
Yes.
And I'm going to start out tonight so that I'm not regaling my neighbors at 9 o'clock p.m. With music. And I have a new song for you all. Here it is. New song lyrics. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. I can't really play it yet, and I'm not sure that I'm happy with all the words, but we'll just do it. All right. And this is for my daughter and probably my son as well. I say probably because I'm not sure yet, but it's kind of looking that way. So you're having a birthday in the middle of a quarantine, and no one really feels like celebrating now because of COVID-19. But we're celebrating anyway. Happy birthday to you. You can dress up like a frozen princess and dance around the room. And your friends can join the party that we're setting up on Zoom. We'll play birthday games from miles away, and then we'll sing you, this is your quarantine birthday. Know you want to, but you can't go out and play. We've got to practice social distancing for COVID-19 on your birthday in a quarantine. We got a cake on delivery from the bakery down the street. And all your gifts all come from Amazon, cause we ordered before last week. And we'll put up a picture of you for every circle around the sun. One dance around the candlelight for every year that's gone. And your friends can sing a birthday song in 7 different keys, cause the speed of light restricts our social birthday parties, cause this is your quarantine birthday. No, I'm sorry, but you can't go out and play. Let's watch a movie you've already seen on a tiny screen for your birthday in a quarantine. for a walk today with a mask over your face. Even royalty needs good hygiene in the midst of an outbreak. Now you're washing your hands singing, happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me. And I never knew a 20-second song could sound so sweet. Picking weeds out on the balcony, cause the flower shops are closed. Making pancakes for our dinner like we used to do back home. This is your quarantine birthday. It's a bummer, but you can't go out and play. You don't want trouble with the Carabinieri or the local police on your birthday in a quarantine. It's a quarantine birthday. Better stay in cause you can't go out and play until this virus is a good vaccine. We just won't be seen. It's your birthday in a quarantine. It's your birthday in a quarantine. It's your birthday in a quarantine. Your birthday in a quarantine. Woo!
When's her birthday?
I can't share that, can I? Because this is like public, and then people will like steal their social security numbers or something.
So I gotta tell you, yesterday,
Crazy world.
our neighbor around the corner put up signs on the road that said,
Yeah.
honk for our daughter's 6th birthday. And everybody
Oh, that's
drove by
perfect.
honked their horn. It was awesome.
Good idea.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
David, you should send that to Hilbert.
Yeah.
His daughter's about to have a birthday.
Oh, really? Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A 15th birthday, which is important in,
It is important. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Ah.
It's a good one.
Awesome. Well, Dan, you're next on the list.
All right.
Take a turn. I'm going to pin your video because now I know how to do that.
Cool.
And mute my microphone.
So I'm going to do a couple songs. The first one is by the tallest man on earth. It's called The Wild Hunt. There is a crow moon coming in where you keep looking out. It is the hollow month of March now sweeping in. Let's watch phenomena arise out of the darkness now. Within the light, she is my storm and heroine. And old machines abandoned by the ancient races stand. I hear them humming down below in hollow earth. Oh hell, I guess I know in a while I will go under too. But just for now, I'll let the spring and storm return. I left my heart to the wild hunter I'm in. I live until the call, and I plan to be forgotten when I'm gone. 'Cause I believe in the fall. Yes, I will sleep out in the glade just by the giant tree, just to be closer when my spirit's pulled away. I left a nervous little boy out on the trail today. He's just a mortal to the shouting cavalcade. I left my heart to the wild hunter come in. I live until the call, and I plan to be forgotten when I'm gone. 'Cause I believe in the fall. Let's open up the windows, have Satan departing now, and we'll be even when the blues fall down like hail. Hell, I don't even care about that old Cadejo now. if he's a white one or a black one on the trail. I left my heart to the wild hunter come in. I live until the call, and I plan to be forgotten when I'm gone, 'cause I believe in the fall. Yeah. Yes, I'll be leaving in the fall. Thanks, Chris.
Man, I love your voice so much.
Oh, thank you. So I'm going to do a song. This is a song I wrote for a friend of mine who had a kind of a tragedy in his life, but I don't know, it feels kind of appropriate right now. So it's called Okay. Tell me life is one long trauma as you travel down the road. We navigate the peaks and valleys, try to avoid the holes, boxing up our feelings to forget the pain we've known, but draw on that experience to help define our role. This time tragedy has hit you right at home. Oh, you've lost your ray of sunshine, and in the landslide of your grief, the pain becomes your touchstone. Moving on feels like you're leaving him behind. But it's okay to smile, it's okay to laugh, to feel joy, to move on, to forget once in a while. Wake up every morning and do what's gotta be done. Where your daily routine it's pretty much the same. But the hole that's in your life leaves you with little room for comfort. And everything has changed. It's okay to smile, it's okay to laugh, to feel joy, to move on, to forget once in a while. It's okay to smile, it's okay to laugh, to feel joy, to move on, to forget. Sometimes I know we all are faced with pain inevitably, and we all will be forgotten eventually. So in your state of grief, can you accept my apology? If I don't seem to have the innate ability to respond appropriately to this tragedy. It's okay to smile, it's okay to laugh, to feel joy, to move on, to forget once in a while. It's okay to smile. It's okay to laugh, to feel joy, to move on, to forget. Sometimes it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes it's okay.
Thanks again, Chris. Right. That's good.
That was a nice one, Dan.
My mom died last year, and it was, it's always interesting going through those times. I found that I wasn't able to connect. Even a couple weeks later, I wasn't able to connect with the overwhelming feelings of, just devastation as much anymore. I had to write a song to capture the devastation, so that I would hopefully remember that later.
I think I've heard you put out that song, right? Did you write a song? I think
I did. Yeah, I put it on YouTube. Yeah, a while back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lovely song.
Yeah. Nice. All right, Chris, you're up.
I didn't tune before I hopped on, so I'm just gonna mute this for a minute. Talk amongst yourself.
Okay.
Not to be a downer, but we lost my wife's mother, and then one of my closest friends here in Pendleton, who lives across the street, who I spent a lot of time with, died unexpectedly in January, and it's been a hard time, And
I think a lot of people are going through that now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this, right? I mean, to be honest,
exactly.
This whole pandemic thing is like the fourth most stressful thing of my year, to be quite honest. I mean, because we haven't gotten it. I'm sure if we did, it would be worse. But as it is, it's like, other things were worse. But I mean, it's just so much for the whole world right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Absolutely.
On the flip side,
Crazy.
like, we've started this thing the last 3 or 4 days where at 6 o'clock every evening we go out on our porch out in the street and wave to all our neighbors, and all of our neighbors come out and actually say hi. And yesterday when we went out at 6 o'clock, a photographer from the local newspaper showed up because one of the other Baha'is in the community had told him about it. And so we're all out saying hi to each other.
That's a really good idea.
Oh, it's wonderful.
How did you all decide to do it together? Like, do you have a channel of some kind?
My wife actually went around and actually knocked on people's doors and invited them.
Oh. What are you gonna do? Well, I think that's nice, actually. That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, some of the things that we've seen come out of this have been really nice. It's almost like, I'd really like people if only things wouldn't go well so much of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they can be really cool. All right, you ready, Chris?
Yeah, I'm roughly in tune.
All right. Can you do one thing for me and check your audio settings on your computer? Because it sounds like you're going in and out, and I just want to make sure Zoom's not automatically doing your volume.
Yeah, I don't know. It says, I think my original sound is on.
Okay. And then under where the mute button is, right next to that, there's an arrow. Just go to the audio settings.
Yeah.
And then see if it says right under the microphone stuff, automatically adjust microphone volume. That should be off.
I don't see that option.
Do you have that?
See if I can find it somewhere else.
No. It's like right under the microphone.
Adjust microphone. Okay, turn that off. I got it.
Turn that off, yeah. All right. Oh, yeah, that already sounds a little better.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. All right, you're up.
Hi, Arwen. I was really hoping I don't know if you're going to do poetry again, but I've really been enjoying that element. This is a song I wrote a while back. It's called Enough to Go Around. A man and his family stand outside of a broken home, watching the flames die down, as well as their hope. Oh, they are dangerously close to giving up, but they still have enough. Another man came to put some smoke on top of that fire. Just came back from the hospital, saw his mother and father. Well, things were looking kind of rough, but he still had enough. Sometimes you do this little dance around another when they walk in and out of our field of vision, 'cause we know that we have nothing to give. Our empty hands are stashed in our empty pockets, so we walk on by and we don't look back, 'cause we don't want to think about it after the fact. Sometimes it's difficult to tell, but an empty hand is free to hold something else. A young woman and her broken heart opened the door. After another one closed behind the man she'd given her life for. But she knew that the dying woman on the bed needed her love, and she still had enough. People walking outside in the pouring rain, all wondering why. As soon as the cup is full, the well goes dry. Well, they all think that it's just tough luck, but maybe it's so. They always have enough. Sometimes you do this little dance around another when they walk in and out of our field of vision, 'cause we know that we have nothing to give. Our empty hands are stashed in our empty pockets, so we walk on by and we don't look back, 'cause we don't want to think about it after the fact. But if you listen close, you can hear the sound of just enough getting spread around. We're surrounded by tragedy, pulling us up from the misery of forgetting what it's like to be and to be free. So don't walk by and don't look back. There's nothing to see because it's already past. Just when life is wearing down, your will to live is when you have the most to give. I'll do one more, but I'm gonna tune a little differently.
Go for it. I never realized until this very moment how much detuning a guitar string sounds like a motorcycle passing by.
Yeah, I can do a motorcycle coming toward you too. But I just got into.
Yeah, I bet.
Why do we feel nothing when we see the blood on screen? Why do we think that doing something is always above our means? And why are we so cynical and filled with apathy? Is it the only way we can keep our conscience clean? And why do we ask? Why we always ask? Why always ask? Why always ask? Why always ask? We always ask why we always ask? Why always ask? Why always ask? Why always ask? We always ask why we always ask? Why always ask? Why always ask? Why always ask? We always ask why we always ask? Why always ask? Why always ask? Why always ask? When the real question is how? How many wonders of the world were built with the sweat of slaves? How many travel unknowing on the roads that these gravestones paved? And how do we account for the injustices our ancestors made? Not only on the persecuted, but on those who share their name. And why do we ask? Why we always ask? Why always ask? Why always ask? Why always ask? We always ask why we always ask? Why always ask? Why always ask? Why always ask? We always ask why we always ask? Why always ask? Why always ask? Why always ask? We always ask why we always ask? Why always ask? Why always ask? Why always ask? And how do we declare war on old habits? And how do we oppress our urge to steal? How do we deny the rights of selfishness? And how do we break every unrighteous deal? How do we believe that life is sacred, though most of it exists on the flip side of the earth? And how do we believe that we can make a difference, so we're overtaxed and we're overworked? How do we learn to listen to history? How do we learn that we affect almost everything? And how do we start to make small shifts while our mind takes the time to sort out the big drift? And how do we feel right that we can't take on everything, but still forge our SUVs into plows? And why can't we wake up every morning asking how? Thanks.
You're so good. You got the bells. too.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
I love watching the
Yeah.
sunset over in Italy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty nice here, out on the balcony.
Are those bells from there?
Yeah. Constant bells over here. It's lovely. And the baby is sleeping. No, I really do love them. I really do love them. And to be honest, I think they've only woken the baby up once or twice ever. But it's really fantastic. In fact, they have a. I didn't know this until the whole coronavirus thing. But I'll unpin your video so we're not just looking at you while everyone's talking. Yeah, they have a bell here that rings every time that someone in the area dies. I think that's perhaps where the origin of the term, was it the death knell or something like that? But the only reason that I know this is because they had to stop it during the coronavirus time, or it would have been ringing so frequently.
Whoa.
Yeah, because there were hundreds of people dying every day, and so
How often do you
it would
hear
have
it?
been ringing so frequently.
Normal.
I don't know what it sounds like. I only read about it in the news. That this, well, actually, Prima read about it in the news and told me. This is like third-hand information here. I don't know the bell. I didn't read the article, but someone told me. I have it on decent authority that that's the way it is.
I like that idea.
Yeah, it's kind of nice, and they have bells for a lot of different things here. They have a bell at the end of the day. I think it rings at like 10 p.m. 100 times, because the city of Bergamo, the one that you can see in the background over there, used to have a gate that would close in the evening, and before they closed the gate, they would ring the bell 100 times so that everybody would be able to get back in.
You have 100
And
seconds.
of course now, yeah, like run, little man.
Oh, crap.
And of course, now the oh hey Aviva, now the bells are not needed, but they have kept them around because some places in the world they have traditions.
Practically I already hear it.
Yeah, you hear the bells. This is my daughter Aviva. Say hello.
Hi,
You're on
Aviva.
TV. All right, last. Bringing home the entire evening, we're going to have Arwen.
Hi. Okay, so I wasn't expecting to make it, so I'm really excited that I am here. But this is
You're
I
here
guess
too.
you would call it a poem. Thank you. That this one was published a couple years ago, and I had it in my email, so I printed it out. And maybe it would be better with two voices, but I didn't write it that way. So if it seems like I'm shifting between personalities, that's on purpose. And a little background is that I'm from Kentucky, which is where I am right now, and I went to school in West Virginia, and I didn't realize it, but there was a part of our education that was, let's say the teacher would prefer that we did not have noticeable accents. So she would work on that with us, and I do have one, and I keep it, and sometimes I use it more strongly than others. But anyway, here's this. It's called 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. I was tortured by the 23rd Psalm. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. She was old for a teacher, black hair, black dress, hook nose. He leadeth me beside the still waters. I saw her once in the grocery store, and it was surreal. He restoreth my soul. What's she doing here? I thought. Teachers don't shop. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Third grade. I was in the third grade. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and she hated our accents. I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. West Virginia accent on Kentucky hill mouth. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Enunciate. Thou preparest a table before me. Want, not won't, in the presence of mine enemies. Egg, not egg. Thou anointest my head with oil. Oil. Thou anointest my head with oil. Oil is not a thing. Thou anointest my head with oil. Oil, not oil. Boil, not bowl. My cup runneth over. Don't sound ignorant. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me. You don't want people thinking you don't know how to talk. All the days of my life, we're going to do this till you get it right. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. That's the only one I have for today.
Thank you so much, Arwen. And thanks to everyone who joined us on this evening. Dan, Chris, Arwen, and we will be back next week if I, can manage to get around to sending out the invitations. So
Thank you, David. Thanks for setting this up. It's a lot of fun.
Sure, absolutely.
Thanks.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Have a good night out there, everyone on the internet. And hope you're all doing okay.